You can think of KBX Logistics as the 3PL within the Koch Industries family. We handle approximately 2.5 million shipments annually for Koch companies like Guardian Glass, Georgia Pacific, Invista, Molex, and others. I'm responsible for transportation within KBX Logistics, so that includes our managed transportation group, which has modes of truckload, intermodal, rail, ocean. So we are constantly seeking to create more value while consuming fewer resources. Part of our managed transportation group includes a dedicated fleet, which has flexed from 1,500 to 3,000 drivers over the last several years. We're currently at a lower count at about 1,500, and selecting that freight for the carriers was a pretty manual task. We knew that there were technologies out there that could automate that, creating efficiencies not only in from an operational standpoint and a cost to serve, but equally important is the ability to run 20,000 scenarios at a click of a button, which a human brain, of course, isn't going to be able to do. So really taking a look at all of the freight we have available, what does our dedicated capacity look like, and how can we most optimally run the freight on those trucks that we're going to pay for anyways. Current state, it's very transactional. It is planners looking for freight that meets the needs of the fleet, and when they find a load that meets the need, most often they stop looking. Even if they don't, again, I mentioned it earlier, they're not running 20,000 scenarios to find the most optimal load. They're not predicting what might come in that they can't see yet. And so that's the work Optimal Dynamics will do for them, and then they can work on improving the results. What would it take? How am I driving utilization? How am I driving rate? Where would appointment time changes equal better results? They're really using the tool more to drive outcomes and meet measures and objectives with the carriers, hopefully, than to run transactions through it. So we talked to a few of the providers in the industry. One of the things that stuck out to me for Optimal Dynamics was the talent that they had. Their proven ability to work with other 3PLs. So we don't have a private fleet, we don't own the trucks, we work with for-hire carriers, and they provide trucks for our dedicated fleets. And OD was one of the only providers that had proven experience there. But as if not more importantly, it was the talent of the team. Oftentimes, when we would be introduced to technology companies, it was predominantly technologists that were interested in transportation. I thought Optimal Dynamics had a great combination of academics, technologists, and some real deep transportation knowledge that we just historically hadn't seen.